Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm Victor, and you are watching the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro. Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Dudley, and I am the Comic Hero. This is the final Christmas episode of 2020. Very excited about this Christmas season. And, you know, it's taken a bit of a somber tone because, you know, we're still in this pandemic. And it's not safe for us to either be or have large gatherings or even to travel. But even though we're going through that, there's still no reason for us not to celebrate Christmas. I mean, Christmas is a time of giving, it's a time of reflection, and you know, if you have that, that's pretty much all you need. You know, don't let, you know, any level of adversity prevent you from doing something you enjoy. I mean, even, you know, just, you know, make the most out of not just holidays, but every day you live. I mean, every day is a gift, and we should cherish that gift. You know, Christmas is a special time for my family. It's a special time for all families. And if you live in a house by yourself, you know, call somebody. Let them know that you're thinking about them. Wish them a Merry Christmas. And if you're married, you know, if you're a married couple and you have kids, you know, make the best out of that day. Now, me, unfortunately, I'm not married and I don't have kids yet. But one day I will, and then, you know, I'm going to cherish not just every Christmas season, but every day that I live. And I'm encouraging everyone to do the same. All right, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. All right, last week's episode, I asked true or false. Wonder Woman was originally named Suprema. Well, the correct answer is true. When William Moulton Marston created Wonder Woman, her original name was Suprema the Wonder Woman. DC liked the character a lot, but one of the editors had encouraged Marston to change the name to Wonder Woman because Suprema was too close to Superman. Well, the answer is true. And 6 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, the name's been entered in the drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is Kenneth's wife from San Antonio, Texas. So congratulations, Kenneth. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is a Star Wars / Marvel question. Which Marvel villain did George Lucas base Darth Vader upon? That's a really easy question, but if it's not so easy for anyone, let me give you some hints. This first hint is that this character debuted in the Fantastic Four #5 in 1962. That should be a dead giveaway right there. The second hint is that Julian McMahon and Tony Kebbell both played this character on the big screen. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in the drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Alright, now Tammy Cantrell from Warren, Ohio has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features an unstoppable character going up against a Spider-Man related character, and this one is going to be fun. I guarantee it. Representing Marvel, we have Squirrel Girl, and also representing Marvel, we have Spider-Gwen. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call
The Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Squirrel Girl versus Spider-Gwen. Squirrel Girl possesses superhuman agility, senses, and strength, prehensile tail, razor-sharp claws, retractable knuckle spikes, and the ability to communicate with squirrels. Spider-Gwen possesses superhuman strength, speed, durability, and agility, the ability to cling to most surfaces, accelerated healing, precognitive spider sense, and the use of web shooters that shoot strong spiderweb strings from wrist. Who would win? These two, for the most part, would be evenly matched. They would have a hard time landing any attacks on each other because they wouldn't be able to keep up with each other. Spider-Gwen's interwebs of Squirrel Girl. Just as the former is about to knock out the latter, Squirrel Girl communicates with a pack of squirrels. Spider-Gwen abruptly webs her mouth shut, but the pack of squirrels still come to Squirrel Girl's rescue. The pack of squirrels begin to swarm all over Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen begins to throw them off of her and injuring a few of them in the process. This enrages Squirrel Girl as she tears off the webbing and beats Spider-Gwen to a pulp, going untouched. Squirrel Girl wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. See, that is why she's also called the Unstoppable Squirrel Girl. Thank you, Tammy Cantrell, for that fight. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll have another one for next week. Now it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, there are three things we're going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking, and here's the first. Now, last week I reported of a What If animated series coming to Disney Plus next year. I found out a few days after I did this episode that Chadwick Boseman did the voice of T'Challa on several episodes of this series right before his death in August. You know, I know y'all are still feeling the same way that I do about his passing. You know, you're both saddened and you're both shocked. And I mean, cancer sucks. There's just no mistake about it. But finding out this, you know, makes me really look forward to watching the series. Now, I questioned whether that was Chadwick Boseman's voice in the What If trailer that premiered on YouTube last week. But now that I know that it's Chadwick, I'm really looking forward to it. Alright, now the second thing, there's a new Superman creative team coming next March. And the writer is going to be Philip Kennedy Johnson, who wrote a 3-issue miniseries within the Empire miniseries called Empire Captain America. And doing the artwork is going to be veteran artist Phil Hester. Now Hester was the artist on Green Arrow when Kevin Smith wrote it in the early 2000s. And then he's going to be doing the art on Superman. Doing the art on Action Comics is upcoming artist Eric Gapster. Really looking forward to this. You know, now I don't really know that much about Johnson and Gapster. I do know a lot about Andy Parks, but you know, I'm going to be very optimistic and just believe that that they're going to do a great job. I mean, I just don't see them not stinking up the books. So we'll see come March. Now, keep in mind that DC is going to halt all their monthly books due to Future State beginning next month. They're going to halt them in January and February. All right, now the third and final thing. There's a new creative team coming to The Flash, and this is going to be writer Jeremy Adams with art by veteran now Adams, by the way, is going to be writing the DC Future State books Black Adam and Black Racer. And then doing the artwork is Brandon Peterson. Now, Brandon Peterson is a veteran artist. He's been around for a very long time. He did the Astonishing X-Men miniseries. He recently has done Shazam, and then he's also done artwork in other books. Really looking forward to this. You know, I've been a Flash reader since 1999, and I still am, and really looking forward. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now let's get to the comics I bought this week.
comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up is Aquaman number 66. Avengers number 39. Batman number 105. Captain America number 26. Dark Knight's Death Metal number 6. Deadpool number 8. Deadpool number 9. Fantastic Four number 27. Far Sector number 9. The Flash number 767. The Green Lantern Season 2 number 9. The Green Lantern Season 2 number 10. Hellions number 7. The Immortal Hulk number 41. Iron Man number 4. Justice League number 58. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 20. New Mutants number 14. Superman number 28. Endless Winter Teen Titans Special. And finally, X-Force number 15. All right, that's 21, which brings the total number of comics that I've bought since December of 1997 to 10,359. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Which Marvel villain did George Lucas base Darth Vader upon? Now, that's a very easy question, but I'm going to get some hints anyway. The first hint, this character debuted in Fantastic Four number 5 in 1962. And then the second hint, both Tony Kebbell and Julia McMahon played this villain on the big screen. And I'm going to go ahead and throw in a third and final hint. This villain is the arch nemesis of the Fantastic Four. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in the drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Kenneth White from San Antonio, Texas, who won a free tee on this week's episode. All right. Now, I know that we're still in a pandemic, and a lot of us, they think that we're in this pandemic, that life is supposed to be put on hold. No, life is not supposed to be put on hold. You just have to make some adjustments. I mean, you can't be in large groups. I mean, you can't do long distance traveling. I mean, that's all that is. I mean, what we're going through is temporary, and as I always say, adversity is temporary. So with that being said, make the best of this situation, because I can guarantee you, in a year from now, this pandemic will be a thing of the past. All right, now next week's episode, I'm doing a year-end college football playoff episode. Now, if you're a fan of Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, and Notre Dame, this episode is for you. And if you're a college football fan, this episode is for you also. Now, last year it was kind of funny because I was going to do the final Christmas episode and then the college football playoff episode, but then I found out that on the week that I was doing the Christmas episode, that was when the college football playoffs was going to begin. So I ended up doing a Christmas college football playoff mashup episode, and I'm so glad to finally do a Christmas episode and the college football playoff episode separately. And this is also another great week for me. This week, on the 23rd, if you're watching this, it's either December 23rd, it's either Christmas Eve, it's either Christmas Day, or it may either be December 26th. But on December 23rd, that was when I started reading and collecting comics. So, I've read some good comics and I read some bad comics, but one thing that I don't regret is this hobby. And I will keep doing it until I'm physically unable to. Just like the show, when I'm physically unable to. All right, I'm Victor Noli on the Comic here. I'll see you next week for episode 339, the college football playoff episode. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero, and Merry Christmas, everyone.